or not, do you intend to cross this bridge?
For as long as humans have been humaning, we've been facing threats.
Well, are you going to fight him?
Well, he has a sword.
And so do you.
And so do you.
And sometimes teaming up to face them by forming alliances. History is full of alliances between city-states, kingdoms, and countries. They're usually formed because of a common threat, or perhaps a shared goal.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
And I mean, the benefits are obvious.
Run! Run!
We're stronger when we work together. And sometimes the best way to avoid a fight is to bring backup. Although alliances don't always ensure peace.
Look at him. He's so scared.
Take World War I, for example. It started after an Austro-Hungarian archduke was assassinated by a Serbian.
But Serbia had an alliance with Russia. Austria-Hungary had an alliance with Germany. Germany invaded France through Belgium, which had an alliance with the UK, which was the head of an empire which included Australia. See what I mean?
After that World War and the next one, the world built new organizations to try to prevent that sort of thing from happening again. It also built new alliances, both formal and informal. For example, Australia has fought alongside the US in several wars, from Korea to Afghanistan and Iraq. Then there's NATO, one of the world's most powerful military alliances. It includes 32 countries that have formally agreed to defend each other if any is attacked. But military alliances don't always mean that countries have to fight together.
We've had great support from countries in the Middle East, but we've had no support from NATO.
Recently, there's been some tension between the US and many of its allies, including Australia, over the war in Iran. As you might know, it's having a big impact on the world's oil supply, and the US president says the world should be coming to help.
We strongly encourage other nations whose economies depend on the Strait far more than ours.
But a lot of other countries don't see it that way.
The United States and Israel have acted without engaging the UN or consulting with allies, including Canada.
The UN and many world leaders have called the war illegal.
And we are against this war. We are against this war because it is illegal, there's no reason behind it, and it's causing a lot of damage.
And even strong US allies have said they don't want to risk making it even bigger and risk the lives of their own people.
There will be no military participation.
We will not be drawn into the wider war.
This is being undertaken by the United States and Israel and them alone.
Instead, many have called for a diplomatic solution.
I think the world wants to see a de-escalation.
It's made some countries question whether they've depended too much on the US. Meanwhile, some say it's time to rethink our alliances, or maybe form some new ones to keep the world safe.